Modern
Yeah.
Rituals, it's a new chapter of Vera Blue. You've said that
Yeah.
you're kind of bridging the gap between the performer and the artist Vera Blue and yourself as a person. Can
Yeah.
you kind of take us through a bit of that and introduce us to the world of Modern Rituals?
Oh, I love that. Well, it has been really interesting. And when I say like, most personal work to date, it's funny because I do think about all of the music that I put out and all of it is so personal, but maybe for me right now, it's like it's the
Mm.
most kind of raw, honest, and emotional, body of work. And that has really been through, you know, becoming and realizing that Celia Pavey and Vera Blue are the same thing. I think about when I first kind of created the project and this persona that I kind of hyperfixated on that concept. But when I look back on it, I'm like, as a person, as an artist, especially as an artist, I think about myself on stage, I think about myself in the studio, I think about like everything that I would be doing as Vera Blue. I'm really just myself. And all of the stories that I tell in these songs are just Celia Pavey's story. So it's kind of been that thing, this realization that, you know, I have so many versions of self, and Vera Blue is a version of self. And maybe through Vera Blue, there are parts of me that feel, braver to be, raw and honest, or performing in a certain way on stage. But then I think about it, I'm like, in all these different versions of myself, I'm just me. And it's been really, really cool. But this album really is, I'm very proud of it. And, modern is the awareness, it's the now, and rituals are the emotional patterns that we return to exist and to cope and survive. It's incredibly human. I think about all of the songs. I think about how each of them, has its own modern ritual, which, I've got the ritual of awareness, the ritual of intrusion, the ritual of destruction, all of these things that are emotional behaviors pretty much. And it took me a while to kind of figure it out. Like when I first started making this album, I was like, I feel like these are just a collection of songs. I was just kind of,
Mm.
foraging my way through creativity and figuring it out. But then, I looked at everything from a bird's eye view and I was like, oh, I can't bloody help myself but create a concept, of course. I'm
Mm.
like, there's no concept here. And then I'm like, the concept is it just appeared. And I was like, well, these are just the most, incredibly human things that we can do, as well as rituals being like having your coffee, cuddling your dog, which I do 24/7, hanging out with friends, connection and stuff. So, yeah, I love it so much. And the sounds on it just, take me to another realm that just, it feels like very exciting, very exciting.